Hello everybody and welcome to the Canadian Redneck channel. My name is Dave. Today we have our back half of our 454 here still. Next step in the videos is going to be removing and overhauling the transmission. So to start with, you would have to block up the front end, split the tractor at the clutch, and then get everything blocked up at the rear end. You'd have to remove all the tin work and stuff, footboards, etc. around the transmission case. And there are 4 bolts on each side of the transmission that holds it to the rear end. One bottom in the middle that you'll get to. You'll want to take all those out but like 2, and then back here you want to reference the previous video about accessing the PTO clutch. You remove the PTO clutch, and then for the next step I'll move the camera in where you can get a view, and we'll start forward from there. Once you get the PTO shaft and PTO clutch out, the next step is to remove this gear from the PTO input shaft. That's what drives the hydraulic pump and your transmission lube pump. It's kind of a C-clip on it, and I think I usually use a couple of screwdrivers to drive it out. There's one there. One there. Started it. There we are. A bit more. There it goes. There. That gear can come out. We'll take our shift cover off the transmission now. There we come. Yeah, so this early type Z-type pattern shifter has to be in 2nd or 3rd gear so the shift mechanism will clear the case. So now we have that out of the way, we'll use a chain and a couple of bolts to lift this with. You'll need something sturdy for lifting with a shop crane or something. So now we're going to get things blocked up properly so we can split the 2 pieces without bending or damaging anything. You want to get blocked into the front of the rear end case square so nothing can roll and so on. And so we'll get things blocked up and get the 2 halves split. To get started, we'll remove our shifter rail. There's a roll pin here and a roll pin here, and then the rail should move right out to the back. And probably to start with, I'll move it back there a little bit so we got something to get a hold of. Uh-oh, that one ran into a gear. Right. Okay, that'll go down between now. There we are. There with the shaft out, the fork can come out, up through, and the second one. Now we'll tackle this bearing retainer. In between 2nd and 3rd gear on this main shaft, there's another C-clip that you can put screwdrivers on. Bring them together like that, and it should get them knocked loose. I do believe that dropped right out of there. Now this pipe here, I believe that's a lubrication pipe for the bearing in that retainer. It's just in on an O-ring. Grab a hold of it and it pulls right up, straight up out. There. There it is. Now this shaft will slide out the back right off of all these gears. Just put your pry bar in there so it'll push the retainer out the back of the case. And out it comes. And then you can fish your bits and pieces out. That one clear. This here synchronizer's all broken up, so it's binding. Usually they slip right up out. This one here I think we can get fished by. There we go. And now this one here can come out. There. And you definitely want to make sure you get all those little bits and pieces out of the bottom of the transmission, or it wouldn't be long before you'd be doing that again. That is your transmission input shaft, and it will slide right out through the back of the case. Now we remove this plate from the bottom here. That covers the PTO input shaft. Or PTO driving shaft, not the input shaft. And this is one of those snap rings without any eyes on it, which are a royal pain in the ass.
Not just held.
Yeah. There we go. And now that PTO input shaft drives, you'll push this right out to the back. And the gear will fish right out from the top of the case. As you can see, this one here had a broken tooth. On the front side of this gear is another one of those snap rings without eyes on it that you have to get a hold of and get out. Then at the back of the case here, there's a snap ring that keeps this bearing in the case. You have to get fished underneath of it. There you go, and be careful because those just like to smack you in the face. Now, from the front, we can bump this shaft out through and out of the gears inside. And now it should pull in through, yeah. And we fish our gears out from the top. With everything stripped out of the transmission, you can then replace any gears that need changed, any bearings, the synchronizers or anything like that, reinstall in the reverse order, and put everything back together the way it came apart, basically. Like I said, since this one's just coming apart for parts, I'm not going to be doing any reassembling on this one, but it gives you an idea what to look for anyway. If you have any questions or comments, you can leave that in the comment section below. And as always, like, subscribe, share. Have a great day.